The Nordic region is generally viewed to be one of the most stable and deepest markets in Europe. It's stable because of the underlying economies with very good growth and low inflation, but also because of government debt being below 40% in all countries except for Finland, which is more along the European average. It's steep because of a very well-functioning capital market. If you take Sweden alone, for instance, in Sweden we've had over 500 IPOs over the last 10 years, which is more than Germany, the Netherlands, France and Spain together. It's deep also in the sense of a very high PE penetration, where if you take last year, among the investments being made by private equity into Europe, 40% was made into portfolio companies based in the Nordic region, which is the same amount that was invested into the DACH region. The DACH region has a population of 100 million and the Nordics is about 28. So it's really beating above its weight. Well, the Nordic region is beating above its weight also when it comes to M&A with volumes, and that's been the case for decades, being around, I think if you take the last 5 years, it's at par with France. It is twice the size of Spain. The biggest market in Europe is obviously the UK, and the Nordic region stands in dollar volumes for about half of that size. So it's a significant market from an M&A perspective. The main driver for M&A going forwards in the Nordic region is very much the return of a healthy IPO market. Similar to many other regions, we've had a couple of years of low activity. And now, recently, we've seen a strong return with a strong pipeline of healthy companies coming to market. That is, of course, helping to increase confidence, both among financial sponsors and among corporates. Financial sponsors are now already planning, launching long-awaited exits. They can go through, an IPO or M&A. But also corporates are now dusting off their M&A agenda after some waiting period over the last few years. So in general, we are expecting a healthy flow of good M&A and increasing volume of M&A in the Nordic region going forward.